Okay guys, part 2, Caleb with White Metal Games. I wanted to continue my video from last time, but I only have 10 minutes when you do a free YouTube account. So here's the next part of the video. So picking up where we left off, we were talking about this bike army, basically. It's what I call the Emperor's Dragoons, because they're obviously mounted soldiers. 6,500 points. It's going to be up for sale on eBay soon. I should have just done around 1,000 points, and I picked up so many horses for so cheap. I was so into bits buying at that point. I was really building up my bits collection at that point in my modeling career. So I just built dozens of these guys. So there's over 80 bikers really, plus 9 land speeders in the form of these Bretonian flyers, these Pegasus Knights, which I imagine that in the galaxy there's some Pegasus out there. There's all sorts of crazy stuff out there. There's no reason there can't be. Necrons are tomb kings in space, so why not knights in space? You got all these attack bikes. You've got plenty of guys. You've got 8 guys with multi-meltas, 6 guys with flamers. I think you got 7 guys with plasma guns, plus 2 command squads, plus 6 or so or 7 or so sergeants with power fists over here. Then to lead it all off, you've got this specially made librarian. He's got a force weapon, and he's got all sorts of stuff on his bike here. He's got a tome, a book with his helmet on the side there. He's got this twin-linked bolter to count as his twin-linked bolter. As you can see, he's the old pewter miniature. He's got this nice torch backpack on. There's his helmet right there. And he's got this nice power weapon that's almost like a pike weapon, which I think works really well for him. Then you've got Courts of Okan on Moondraken. This is actually the Green Knight figure that I heavily converted. The body is Space Marine, all of it is, except for the horse is the Green Knight Dragon. The backpack has this extender from the Green Knight kit, and the helmet is from the Green Knight Dragon, and the sword is from the Green Knight Dragon, or the Dragon. I don't know, I keep saying that. The Green Knight from the Bretonian line. And then this is I guess it would work well as a tech priest on bike. It's the mechanical steed from the Bretonian line, and I gave him a twin-linked bolter as well. And then the mechanical steed is just this robotic steam-powered horse, which I really like the figure quite a bit. Give him some some extra bits and trinkets and stuff, some scrolls and stuff like that to really fill him out. So anyway, 6,500 points, massive bike army. It's going to be up on sale on eBay for a little over $1,000. We're going to start there and sort of work our way down until we find a buyer who's right for their army. It will come out with this custom carrying tray, which is designed to carry 8 of the bikes, the attack bikes. I had it cut specifically for this army. I built some more after that, so you'll have to come up with some new trays. But the guys over at Battlefilm are very good about that sort of stuff. All right, moving right along. I showed a long time ago some of these custom woolly mammoths that I'm using for predators in my army, in my Space Wolf army, which is what I call the Frost Giant army. These are my equivalent of the rhinos that carry the whirlwinds. That's what they're called, the whirlwinds. So I had all these extra missile pods left over from a lot of Valkyrie conversions I used to do for Stormbirds, Storm Ravens. Everyone was doing Storm Ravens, and I was on that bandwagon too. So I came up with these guys, which is my equivalent of a whirlwind. It's got a Space Wolf mounted here to it. He's carrying a Storm Bolter. And he's got a spear as sort of a weapon choice. And then he's got these missile pods on the back that work for the whirlwind. Now, it's an animal, and it's based. It's a counts as choice. It's one of these sort of proxy armies. It's not tournament legal or tournament worthy. It's just for fun. If someone's looking to put together a fun army, this is a great way to do it. Just something that's sort of a showpiece. I put some gray stuff here on the bases to look like mounds of snow, and that'll blend up really well. I did 3 of those, and so if you're interested in buying those will be on eBay too. I'm always looking to build something new. This counts as a Thunderwolf cavalry model, but I did this as a bear model. I wanted a lord mounted on bear for the lore of the bear. I left him blank because I didn't know what I wanted to give him option-wise, or what the buyer will want him to give him option-wise. So he has no head, no arms. But his body is mounted on there. He's got a nice bolter here on the back. He's got a nice weapon here in this case, a huge axe, which could count as a force weapon or a power weapon or a frost axe or anything like that. He's mounted to this really nice 50mm base. It's a little smaller than a Thunderwolf, but he'll make a nice commander in an army. He could also count as a bike if you just wanted to count him as a bike. We've got some more of these Hydras here. We did 3 more Hydras in this different variant. These ones only have 3 heads. They're obviously a much nicer figure, I think. They're going to go for probably about $10 a pop. Again, these would count as very nice as a gargantuan 3-headed Hydra. which you could say, hey, I think hydras have 5 heads. They probably do, but for our purposes, this sort of thing is nice and simple. It's also cost effective for the buyer because, you know, we only are going to charge you so much for it. We're really just trying to break even on price here. So we took all these extra heads from these McFarlane dragons, put them on there to create sort of a strange looking 3-headed Hydra creature, which I think looks pretty good actually. And we extended the fins here in the back, did the gray stuff work to show the scale. Again, Nick is really coming along as an artist. He's doing a good job. Let's see. I am down to 3 of these Tyranid Harpy models that I'm not doing anymore after these 3. These are not a bad variant for a poor man's Harpy. What they are is a Kenner snake alien with wings from a flying alien queen. So it's obviously not a tournament-worthy figure. But then on the bottom of here, I mount 2 cannons, 2 scything talons, 2 spore mines for the spore bombs, and then a Carnifex head with some mandibles off to the side. So as a conversion, it's not a bad way to sort of build a Harpy for less than 30 bucks. And I sell it for 35. I make very little on this. And effectively, it's actually kind of put me out of business on Harpies because people stopped buying Harpies once I put those up there. So I'm probably going to get rid of those and just go back to normal Harpies for a while. This is a Rhino conversion I did. This is nothing fancy. What it is a basic Rhino chassis. This is for a Space Wolf army too. The old Vikings used to like to put shields on their longhouses. It was kind of a status symbol and also, you know, fallen shields from their foes of battle. So I got all these fantasy shields that I've been collecting, and I just sort of started arranging them on the roof here. So it looks like an old longhouse. I like the idea that the rhinos were sort of portable longhouses. This horn on the front here is clipped off from one of the woolly mammoth conversions I did to sort of show the horn like a trophy from a massive beast, and then it's bolted on here with this plastic card. These wolf heads are going to be used for sort of like a symbol. I had those left over from a fantasy kit. Big old tooth here on the side, I imagine from the same predator that this horn came from, sort of another trophy. And then the top of this actually comes off because I want to be able to use it as a predator too. So this comes off and the driver is magnetized. So that way it allows me to swap that out for a regular hatch if I want to use this as a predator, since this guy would get in the way. And then this is my, I just recently finished these. This is a Thunderwolf conversion. There's a guy who calls his company Mr. Dandy, and he's a very professional sculptor, and he does some war game stuff. He does the best spore pod I've ever seen, and just a beautiful spore pod for the price. And he does these two, which are Thunderwolves. Now, they're a very nice kit. People have done them on eBay before and showed them on YouTube, so I'm not going to go into it. I will say that it requires a little green stuff work because the gaps aren't perfectly closed. And I don't love the leaping pounce because you have to put these rods here to sort of make it work. It's very dynamic, but if you don't have the drill bits or you don't know what you're doing, it's a little tech problem, a little bit of a technical problem for some people. But for most basic converters, this is a very easy model to put together. These guys are really a Death Star unit. They've all got storm shields, and the leader here has a Thunderhammer. This is from both of the Thunderhammer and the Storm Shield are from a model company, I think. I'm not even for sure which company I got them from, frankly, but he's designed to look sort of like a Thorish figure. I even got the hair for him. So he's carrying this massive Thunderhammer so that they can at least assault vehicles and maybe stand a chance. And then 3 of them carry spears and shields, so it's just basically a close combat weapon and bolt pistol combo. Again, the shields are these Celtic-looking shields, which I really think works well with the giant wolves. And then I gave them these sort of nasty-looking spears, which I've used these bolter arms to sort of clip their hands to make them look like they're throwing them or yielding them in a different way. All of these wolves have a lot of personality, as you can see. They all are either armored or some of them are bionic. This one has a bionic tail. He's also got a bit and bridle there. Same thing over here, and then finally this last one is kind of more of a techie one. He's got this bionic eye over on this wolf. So I gave the Lord, or this guy, a bionic eye also, and I also gave him this axe, which could count as a frost axe or a close combat weapon, depending on how you want to use it. So there's a squad of 5 Thunderwolves, which I think are really nice. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, my name is Caleb, and I'm a custom converter. I do models for conversion work. I also do painting, terrain building. You can contact me at caleb@whitemetalgames.com. I'm always interested in speaking with a new potential client. I do conversions on order. I also do painting projects on order. And so really, it's just whatever you need. So please contact me, and if you don't hear from me again, then have